Welcome students to your online classes. Now today we will read about the respiration in humans, how the respiration in humans takes place. So before starting that, we will first learn about the different organs of the respiratory system. You know that in the humans there is a specialized respiratory system is there through which humans can respire. Okay, so that respiratory system is consists of so many organs. So that respiration starts from nasal cavity. Okay, this nasal cavity is actually the cavity which is present inside our nose. Okay, so what happens first? The air from the outer environment enters through the nostrils. Now nostrils are the two holes of our nose. Okay, nostrils are the two holes of our nose. So through nostrils the air get enter inside the nasal cavity. Now in the nasal cavity what are present? Hair follicles are present. Now why these hair follicles are present over there? Because when we inhale the air, that air might contains the germs and the dust particles. So what happens? These hair follicles will trap the dust and filter the inhaled air. Okay, so when we inhale the air, these hair follicles help in filtering that air and just trap all the dust. Okay, now next is mucus is also present in the nasal cavity. Now what is mucus? Mucus is a slimy liquid which is present in the nasal cavity. Okay, so what is the function of mucus in the nasal cavity? It moistens the air. Okay, whatever air we inhale, it moistens that air. It makes the air moist, and also the blood vessels which is present in the nasal cavity, that blood vessels warm the air. Okay, so whatever air we will inhale, whether it will be like at a high temperature or it will be at the lower temperature, means if it will be cooled air, then also when we inhale that air, it will come under our body temperature, because the blood vessels which are present in the nasal cavity, that only convert the temperature, or we can say that only maintain the temperature of that air to the body temperature. Okay, now next to the nasal cavity is our pharynx. Okay, so when we inhale the air from the nasal cavity, that inhaled air moves to pharynx. This pharynx is actually the common passage to trachea and esophagus. Okay, you know that in our neck region there are the two pipes, or we can say above the neck region, just after the nasal cavity, there are the two pipe like structures. That is, one is trachea, which is known as windpipe, and the another one is esophagus, that is known as food pipe. So this pharynx is common to trachea and esophagus. From esophagus, food get transported to the mouth to stomach, and from trachea, air get transported from nasal cavity to like we can say lungs. Okay, now after that pharynx, you will see that you will find a glottis and epiglottis. So what is this glottis and epiglottis? Glottis is actually the opening of pharynx into trachea. Okay, what we call the glottis, actually, this glottis is actually the opening of pharynx into trachea. I already told you that pharynx is the common passage to trachea and esophagus. So the opening of that pharynx which leads to trachea is actually glottis. Glottis में ही pharynx खुलता है. ठीक है, किसके लिए? ट्रैकिया के लिए. I am not talking about the esophagus. Okay, if I'll just draw the diagram like these are the two pipes. Okay, then here only the pharynx is present, as this pharynx is a, we can say pharynx is the common passage to these two, but glottis is also present over here, which makes the opening open for the ट्रैकिया. इस फेरिंग्स को ट्रैकिया में आने के लिए ओपनिंग देता है. ठीक है, सो इट इज द ओपनिंग ऑफ फेरिंग्स इनटू ट्रैकिया. एंड व्हाट इज एपिग्लॉटिस? दिस एपिग्लॉटिस इज एक्चुअली अ फ्लैप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. ओके, and it is present just above the glottis. Okay, just above the glottis this flap like structure is present. So what happens when we swallow the food? Okay, when we swallow the food, then that food will not get enter inside the trachea. Okay, that food will not get enter inside the trachea. So this epiglottis only protects the food to get to like prevent the entry of food into the trachea. So this is the function of epiglottis. Now next to epiglottis, or we can say next to glottis, there is larynx. Larynx is the uppermost part of the trachea. From larynx actually trachea starts and it is the uppermost part. It is also known as voice box because this is the sound producing organ. जो अपनी आवाज आती, whatever sound we are having, that is produced through the larynx. Actually in the larynx there are two flap is present, okay, that are known as voice buds, okay, and these flaps will vibrate with the help of inhaled air and our voice comes out, okay. So this larynx is known as sound producing organ or voice box. Now what happens in males, this larynx or the voice box protrudes out means ऐसे बाहर निकल के आता है, ठीक है. आपने किसी किसी की neck में देखा होगा, this region comes out like this. So this is known as Adam's apple in the males only, okay. So this is known as Adam's apple. Now next to larynx is the trachea. So what is trachea? I already told you that it is the windpipe, okay. After larynx, like when the air get inhaled through the nasal cavity, it will move to the trachea. So it is known as windpipe. Clear? So this windpipe is actually allow the air to pass into lungs. After trachea, that air will move inside the lungs directly, okay. So what is the structure of the trachea? So this trachea is actually supported by C-shaped cartilaginous rings. I have already drawn over there, and these rings will prevent the trachea from collapsing when there is no air inside, okay. When there is no air inside the trachea, then these C-shaped cartilaginous rings only prevent the trachea from collapsing, okay. Collapsing means सिकुड़ जाने नहीं देती है, उसको बिल्कुल protect करके रखती है. Fine. Now what is present in the inner linings of the trachea? If this is the trachea, then the inner linings of the trachea are having like we can say mucus, okay. Again they are also the inner lining of the trachea is also having mucus which traps all the dust particles. If somehow the dust particles have entered through the nasal cavity, then the mucus is also present in the trachea which traps the dust particles, okay. And also the inner lining is having the hair like structures. These hair like structures are known as cilia. They also filter the air and push the dust particles trapped by the mucus back into pharynx, okay. और ये जो hair like structures है cilia, ये क्या करते हैं, whatever dust particles are being trapped by the mucus, they will just move back all the dust particles trapped by the mucus to the pharynx, and then through the pharynx it will come out through our mouth, okay. So this is how the inhaled air get means reached till trachea. Now we will learn about what happens after trachea. Now next part is after trachea. See, I have drawn over here the trachea, and these are the cartilaginous rings. From the trachea get divides into the two tubes that is known as bronchi, okay. So this one is the right lung and this one is the left lung, okay. So this trachea in the chest region means that is the thoracic cavity. Actually that region is known as thoracic cavity, and here the trachea get divides into two tube like structures called bronchi, okay. And if you will speak for the single one, then that will be known as bronchus, okay. From there the air will get enter into the lungs, okay. Through with the help of bronchi, air get enter into the lungs. This is the right lung, this one is the left lung. Now you can see here I have divided the lungs into three parts. The right lung has three parts, means three lobes, whereas the left lung has only two lobes. It is smaller than the right lung, only little bit smaller than the right lung due to the presence of heart, okay. Now what happens after the bronchi enter into the respective lungs, okay, these get further divided into finer branches that are known as bronchioles, okay. These bronchus after entering into the respective lungs divides into the finer branches called bronchioles, and then at the end of that bronchioles are the alveoli. These are actually air sacs known as alveoli, and they are very small and thin walled, okay. And these alveoli look like the bunch, what we can say that bunches of grapes, okay. You can easily see the alveoli in your books also. The alveoli looks like the bunches of grapes, and they are surrounded by the network of very fine blood capillaries. Okay, blood capillaries are the very fine blood vessels actually. So they are surrounded by them, that helps in the exchange of gases. Okay, so alveoli actually makes the space or makes the flow for the exchange of gases. Next to bronchioles are the lungs. You already know we have two elastic balloon like structures in the thoracic cavity inside the chest that are known as lungs. Okay, and each lung have millions of alveoli. That's why we can like the exchange of gases takes place smoothly. Okay, now this there are some supporting bones and the muscles which help in the efficient working of this whole respiratory system, and one of them are the rib cage. You know that rib cage is a bony chamber in our chest which protects our soft lungs. Okay, then there are the muscles of rib cage also, and these muscles help in the upward and downward movement of the lungs. Okay, even in the contraction and the relaxation of the lungs, which helps in the movement of air in and out of the lungs, that we will discuss during like mechanism of respiration. Okay, now one of the important thing which is present in the respiratory system is the diaphragm. Diaphragm is actually the floor on which the lungs rest. Okay, it is actually a muscular dome shaped muscle. Okay, strong and it is so strong also, and this is known as diaphragm. It facilitates in the movement of air by expansion and contraction. This diaphragm actually forms the floor for the lungs to what we can say for the process of respiration. Okay, so students, for today it is sufficient. In the next video we'll discuss about the working of respiratory system.